So here's the thing that people don't understand. And this is, I've been saying this for years now. All these clips go viral. People tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Somehow the numbers still don't lie, right? Never pay a debt collector. Never pay off a charge off. Okay, because what happens is, again, let's take Capital One Bank. If Capital One Bank, which recently they had a merger with Discover, by the way, which we could possibly talk about that a little bit later as well, the pros and cons of that. But if Capital One Bank decides, hey, like Anthony or Nick, you guys have been late, 180 days on this credit card payment. That's 6 months. We're gonna charge it off. We're gonna write it off as a loss, for our company.
You no longer owe us that money. It's over.
Right, or we're gonna send it off to ABC Debt Collection Company. They literally sold your debt for pennies on the dollar. So here's what happens. When you pay it, you're literally shooting yourself in the foot. Because what you're doing is you're paying a debt that A, doesn't belong to you anymore. And B, guess what? When you pay it, you're essentially snitching on yourself. And they're going to report it onto your credit report anyways. Now, hold on. Here's what I mean for the audience out there when I say snitching on yourself, right? They have to legally validate and verify that the debt belongs to you under the law. Well, what do I mean by that? I opened the credit card. James, I opened the credit card. I used the credit card. What do you mean? It is mine, right? Is it though? Because when you open up your credit report, how much inaccurate information is there on your credit report? Right? 9 times out of 10, your name doesn't match across all 3 credit bureaus. Your birthday doesn't match across all 3 credit bureaus. Your address doesn't match. There's like 30 previous addresses from when you used to live when you were a teenager. Your employers don't match. And legally, the way they under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, all your info has to be accurate. One full name, one full birthday, one full address.
All 3 credit bureaus.
Across all 3 credit bureaus, it has to be accurate. It has to match, right? One employer, unless you actually work multiple jobs, that's obviously an exception.
And in this case, right, as you're going on, if one of the credit bureaus doesn't have it accurately, then you have a case there, right?
Then you automatically have a case because that's inaccurate information. But I'm going to actually take it even a step farther, right?
That's crazy.
So I'm going to take it even a step farther. How did who gave the debt collector, right? So you pay them. It's just gonna get marked as paid under the account status. They're not gonna delete it off your credit report. It's just gonna get marked as paid, right? But they didn't even verify it belongs to you. And even if they tried to verify that it belongs to you, who gave them the right to access your information? Because there's a law, right? It's 15. Listen up. It's 15 U.S. Code 6802B opt-out requirement. And this is what this law states. This law states that any financial institution, out there, Bank of America, any financial institution, they have to legally notify you and let you know in writing if they plan to share your NPI, which stands for non-public personal information, with a non-affiliated third party. That's the first part of the law. They have to let you know. So you guys ever go on a website, you see like the privacy policy. It's like,
accept all cookies and all that.
How we use your information. So they have to let you know. Okay, cool. James, they let me know. Now what? Okay, they let you know. But here's where the law comes in. You have a right, and they have to give you a clear, concise, explanation that you have the right to opt out. Whether it's a button on their website, you reply to an email, a toll-free number that you can call for you to opt out of having your information not being shared with a non-affiliated third party. So what's a non-affiliated third party? A debt collection agency. So put it this way, I'm a scammer, right? So put it this way, right? I guess I scammed the law, right? So put it this way. Let's just say they didn't put in writing for you that they're going to share your info, right? That's already a violation. I don't even have to go to step B. But let's just say they did. Because a lot of these companies, they do. They have it in size 3 font.
At the bottom.
Cool, they have that. But did you give me a fair chance, to go ahead and opt out of having my NPI not being shared?
What constitutes a fair chance?
Like a letter in the mail?
Letter in the mail.
Understood.
It has to be something in writing, or do you have to have a toll-free number or an email, something that
allows me to call
or something in writing that allows you.
Dude, that's so nuts.
I don't consent for I want to opt out of having this information shared. So how does this tie into the whole collections thing? Why you shouldn't pay it off? Well, they couldn't verify you, right? But not only that, if you truthfully, if you opted out and they still shared your information with ABC Debt Collection Company, which is a non-affiliated third party, what did they just violate? They violated your rights. Delete. Or you can sue them. But realistically, do they want to get a lawyer
No.
for a $2,000-$3,000 credit, even a $20,000 credit card? You know how expensive a lawyer is for that?
Oh my god, they make more of the interest of people on just regular credit cards.
So what are they gonna do? Delete.
And didn't you say that happens very often?
It happens to 99% of consumers, and that's why I'm in business, because people like me, and I have lawyers, attorneys, and experts on my team. I don't know every single law in the book.
Of course, no, that's fair.
I'm the CEO of the company. I'm not. I know the majority. I know like the basics, and I don't want to say just the basics, but I know the majority. But I have people on my team that
they do this.
We can open up a whole dictionary,
They'll know like the back of their hand
of the laws to where these things are being violated, and therefore they're forced to delete these negative items.